Ohio. Chicago, officially the city of Chicago, the most inhabited city of the state of Illinois and the third in population city in the United States. With the evaluation population in 2,693,976 people in 2019, it is also the largest city on the Midwest. Chicago, the district center of the District of Cook, the second for the population of the District of the U.S.A., with a small part of the city in DuPage District. Chicago is the main town of the agglomeration of Chicago, sometimes called Chicagoland. With the population in nearly 10 million, this agglomeration is the third in population in the U.S.A. Located on the bank of Lake Michigan, Chicago became the city in 1837 near a channel between the Great Lakes and the Mississippi River and has quickly grown in the middle of the 19th century. After the Great Fire, which has destroyed several square miles and left more than people without house, the city has made significant efforts for reorganization. Sharp growth of construction has accelerated growth of the population for several decades ahead, and in 1900, less than in 30 years after the fire, Chicago became the fifth largest city in the world. Chicago has brought a contribution to development of city planning and zonings, including new styles of constructions, development of the movement of the beautiful cities, and skyscrapers from steel. Chicago, the international center of finance, cultures, a business, the industry, training, technologies, telecommunications and transport. Here the Chicago Board of Trade, which is one of the most large in various markets of derivatives, has been created. Depending on a year, the International Airport of O'Hara is the fifth or sixth in load airport in the world. In the region there is also the most large number of federal highways. According to data of Globalization and World Cities Research Network, Chicago is the alpha and global city and the 12th global city in the world. The District of Chicago has one of the biggest GDP in the world. In 2018 it equaled $689 billion. The city has the diverse and balanced economy, and any industry does not possess more than 14% of all workers. Chicago is the house of a part of the companies from Fortune 500, including Boeing, Kraft Heinz, McDonald's, Sears and Walgreens. 58 million tourists have made Chicago in 2018 the second most visited city of the USA, right after New York with 65 million. The city has been called first ever in the City Index of Lifetime Up. Sites are included by the Millennium Park, the Chicago Institute of Arts, the Museum Campus and Willis Tower. The culture of Chicago includes the fine arts, literature, movies, theaters, the comedy, which is especially improvised, food and music, in particular jazz, blues, soul, hip-hop and EDM. Among colleges prestige, the University of Chicago, Northwestern University and the Illinois University in Chicago have. Chicago also has professional teams, including 2 of Major League Baseball. History. 17/the 19th century. It is for the first time mentioned in 1673. In 1674, on the place of modern Chicago, the French Jesuit Jacques Marquette has founded a missionary post. At the end of the 18th century, the black dealer of the French origin Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable, who is considered the official founder of the city, now has founded a trading station on the place of future city. However, on the Chicago map has appeared only in 1833 as the settlement with the population of 350 people. The name Chicago In the original said as Chicago, is the word changed by the French from language of local Indians of Miami, Illinois, Chicago, which means wild onions or garlic. In 1804, on the place of modern Chicago, the Fort Dearborn has been constructed. In 1837, Chicago has received the status of the city, and in 1840 the population reaches number more than 4,000 people. Holding an advantageous geographical location between the west and the east of the USA, Chicago quickly becomes one of key transport hubs of the country that has in turn caused rise of production in the city and inflow of immigrants. In 1856, the city municipality has approved the project about construction of the USA first city sewerage. Within this project, in 1850th and 1860th increase in level of the soil of the city was made. According to the plan, all waste was dumped to Lake Michigan. In 1871, the bulk of the city has burned down in the Great Chicago Fire. It has given the chance to anew build up the city and was an incitement to the greatest construction boom in the country, which has led to the fact that the city became the center of architecture of U.S.A. In 1885 in Chicago, the first ever skyscraper is under construction. In the 1880th, workers of Chicago have taken part in fight for the 8-hour working day. On May 1, 1886 in Chicago, captured by a Massachusetts strike, there was a demonstration under the slogan of Fight for the 8-hour working day. In 1892, the University of Chicago, which has become one of leading universities of the world, is based. And in 1893 in the city, the World Fair, which has received the name Columbus-Square and brought together more than 27 million guests, is held. In general, this era in the history of Chicago can be characterized as an era of economic, first of all industrial, raising of the city. In 1890, Chicago becomes the second largest city in the USA, after New York, with the population in 1.1 million people. With growth of the city, the lack of pure water and a problem with the sewerage as the city merged sewage to Lake Michigan began to be felt. In 1900, the problem has been solved by a turn of the River of Chicago that it followed from Lake Michigan and construction of the clearing channel conducting to the River Illinois. The 20th century. In 1920, the city has gained international glory in connection with growth of organized crime led by the famous gangsters such as the Bamako Capone. In the 1920th years in Chicago, there were more than 1,000 gangs. In the city, there is a rapid growth of the industry that causes inflow of migrants to the city, first of all the Afro-Americans. Inflow of the Afro-Americans has caused blossoming of Afro-American culture, including jazz. The brightest representative of the movement was famous King Oliver. In 1925 in Chicago, the Afro-American from Northern Carolina Timothy Drew, 1886-1929. Who has taken himself a name Noble Drew Oliver's founded the religious organization which is based on the ideas of Islam, the Mauritian Sacred Temple of Science, which in 1928 has been renamed into the Mauritian Scientific Temple of America. After its office have been created in a number of the cities of the north of the USA. At the Chicago University in 1942, within the Manhattan Project, the first ever operated nuclear reaction has been carried up. Chicago, one of the centers of architecture of the USA. 5 of 10 highest buildings in the USA and 10 of 50 highest buildings in the world are in Chicago, including the former highest building of the USA, Willis Tower. Hill 2009 known as Sears Tower. The second half of the 20th century for Chicago is connected with a suburbanization. Many residents of Chicago moved to suburbs. The city becomes more comfortable for accommodation. The new buildings which have become the face of the city, including Sears Tower, are under construction. The city takes a modern form. Geographical location. Chicago is located in the northeast of the state of Illinois, on the southwest coast of Lake Michigan. The city is located on banks of the River of Chicago and the Calumet River. The Chicago Sanitary Ship Canal connects the River of Chicago to the River des Plaines flowing through the city east. Whereas earlier the River of Chicago was used for navigation, now for these purposes in the basic Lake Michigan is used. Chicago is in a zone of a humid continental climate. The EDFA, on classification of climates of Köppen. Summer long and rainy, damp and hot, winter rather cold, but short and changeable. Average daily temperature of July -23.3 C, January 4.6 C. Annual rainfall -914. Public transport. Work of public transport in Chicago and suburbs is provided by 3 agencies. U.S.A. The Transport Administration of Chicago manages the second largest system of public transport in the USA, including 152 bus routes and 8 lines of the subway. Daily U.S.A. transports 1.4 million passengers. Buses transport about 1 million passengers daily. 500,000 more people use tube trains. Routes of U.S.A. cover all Chicago and 40 nearby suburbs. Blue and orange lines of the train U.S.A. connect the downtown with the city airports. Metro, the system of suburban railway service serving Chicago and 6 nearby districts of state of Illinois and the northwest of the state of Indiana. The train's metro service about 200 railway stations located on 11 lines. Only one of them is electrified, the others use diesel draft. PACE, the system of suburban bus traffic serving mainly 6 districts of state of Illinois, adjacent to Chicago, and also several routes in the city. Airports. Chicago is served by 2 airport terminals and several small. The International Airport of O'Hara is located to the west from Chicago and is located outside the city limits. In the city the Park Ridge, though administratively treats Chicago. It is one of the most airport terminals in the world. Has 4 terminals. 1, 2, 3 for the intra-American airlines, and the 5th terminal, international. Number 4 is assigned to the bus terminal in the territory of the airport. The O'Hara Airport was the most loaded airport in the world till 1998. Statistically, he takes the 4th place in the world by the number of the transported passengers. The second airport, Midway, much less, is also located in a southwest part of the city. In Chicago, one of 12 Federal Reserve banks, the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago, the largest exchanges Chicago Board of Trade and Chicago Board of Trade united in CM Group, the Chicago Exchange of Options, the Chicago Stock Exchange is located. Chicago Magnifying Glasses, the Chicago Business Center, the U.S.A. second largest after Manhattan. In it the exchanges, the headquarters of such well-known companies as United Airlines, Bank Chase, Boeing and others are located. Main shopping State Street. LaSalle Street, called by the Chicago Wall Street. Michigan Avenue, which is considered as the most beautiful city street, which part, the Magnificent Mile, is famous for luxurious hotels, restaurants and shops. Sites. Willis Tower, the second highest building in the U.S.A. 110 floors, height of 443 m. Consisting of 9 towers of various height connected in uniform structure. It is possible to rise by the observation deck on the 103rd floor, from where the view of all city, vicinities and Lake Michigan, and in clear day, and on adjacent territories of 4 states opens. Till 1998, when the twin towers of Petronas Towers in Kuala Lumpur have been constructed, the tower carried a rank of the highest building in the world. In the building, the Museum of a Skyscraper, shops and restaurants is located. The Center of Architecture. Here it is possible to get acquainted with history of the American industry. The very first skyscraper, it is considered to be constructed on the project of the American architect William LeBaron of Janney. In 1885 in Chicago, the building of Home Insurance Building, which has existed till 1931. Originally it had only 10 floors, and in 1891 2 more have been built on. Today 5 of 10 highest buildings in the USA and 10 of 50 highest buildings in the world are in Chicago. Also on the project of the famous architect Santiago Calatrava, it has been planned, and in 2007 construction of Chicago's Pier is begun. A building 609 meters high in a former mining a drill had to be built by 2012, however in 2008 the project has been suspended. Quarter of skyscrapers, where it is possible to see the building built by Louis Sullivan, decorated with a thin ligature from shod iron and huge windows, and also the skyscraper of State of Illinois building designed in 1985 with the rotating floors and transparent elevators. Tribune Tower skyscraper, constructed in Gothic style on the international competitive project in the 1920th years, in which the editorial offices of the Chicago newspapers are placed, can be seen at once for Michigan Avenue Bridge, where the richest district of the city was stretched. Old Town. The Old City. The area where little shops and other constructions of the beginning of the 20th century have remained, and is the operating street Michael's Church. And the 1st of June, artists and other representatives of the world of art from all corners of the country gather here. Gold Coast. Gold Coast. The area between the Park of Lincoln and the Water Tower, where many beautiful ancient mansions have remained. Long time it was the place where the elite lodged, from here and there was a name. University of Chicago. Walls of the Chicago University. Known around the world, there were more Nobel Prize laureates than any other university. In 1942 the first ever operated nuclear reaction has been carried out here. Mosaic panels of Mark Chagall, 4 Seasons, surrounding the building of the First National Bank building and Plaza Bank. The sculpture of work of Pablo Picasso located at Daley Plaza Square, the popular place of meetings of residents of Chicago and city visitors. Seasonally there take place musical performances, agricultural fairs and other actions. Fans of a sculpture and painting can recommend to visit the world-famous Museum of Modern Art of Chicago and the Chicago Institute of Arts. Water tower. Water tower. At the corner of North Michigan Avenue and East Pearson Street, constructed in 1867, only, endured the fire of 1871 and still providing with water of nearly 400,000 people in a northern part of the city. Yacht Club of Chicago. Sea mooring. Parks and gardens. Long Lake Shore Drive embankment, from the coast of Lake Michigan to business and residential quarters of the city, picturesque parks were stretched. The most known of them, the Grant Park, the Millennium Park and Lincoln Park. To the south there are Burnham Park and Jackson Park in Hyde Park. In series of parks more than 30 beaches are interspersed. Fans of swimming prefer the Lincoln Park Beach and Oak Street Beach beaches. Good, but smaller by the size and more stony beaches are located between 49th and 57th Street. A zoo. Lincoln Park Zoo. Several birds reserves, a sea pier of Navy Pier and the museum town of the museum campus. Still, the initial development plan for the city assumed to leave a coastal strip free from building. In 1839 these lands have been announced by public and had to remain forever free from buildings. The Grant Park, before known as Lake Park, in 1901 has been called in honor of Ulysses Grant, the resident of Illinois, the commander of Northerners in the years of the Civil War in the U.S.A., the general and the 18th United States President. Occupies the space of 1.29 km. Also includes the artificial northern island. In the territory of the park there are a planetarium and the Astronomical Museum of Adler, the first planetarium constructed in the Western Hemisphere in 1930, Natural History Museum of Field and the Shed Aquarium, long time remaining the biggest aquarium in the world. 19 million of water inhabitants. Being one of the most visited places in Chicago to this day. These three museums have been united in 1998 in a museum campus of Chicago. Grant Park, the Chicago Blues Festival. The Venetian Night. And also the musical Lollapalooza Festival. Fate Hip Hop, the punk, dances and the musical comedy. Hosts the largest festivals, such as Taste of Chicago, Jazz Festival in Chicago. On July 4 the celebrations devoted to the Independence Day begin with early morning, and with nightfall the park lights up with fireworks fires. In the Grant Park the Chicago Marathon starts and finishes. For general public 16 fields are open for softball, a kind of baseball. 12 tennis courts. Fitness classes are given by yoga and aerobics. In the park the Chicago Institute of Arts, the art museum which is famous for the extensive collection of Impressionists and the American art, is located. In the center of the Grant Park is the Buckingham Fountain. Buckingham Fountain. One of the biggest fountains in the world. Opened in 1927, it pleases inhabitants and guests of Chicago with Svitadinovichesky musical shows also today. From 21 o'clock till 22 o'clock in warm season. Millennium Park. The Grant Park, on a roof of depot and the big covered parking, has been opened in 2004 in a northern part, and became the most important site of Chicago. It is the biggest park broken on a roof in the world. Its area minus car dam. And a peculiar show window of postmodern architecture. Three main highlights of the park: Cloud Guide, the Fountain of Crown and Jade Pritzker's Pavilion, the main attraction of the park, a platform on 400 places designed by the world-famous architect Frank Gehry. The pavilion consists of the bent surfaces from stainless steel reminding a graceful flower or the developed ship sails. Here in Pritzker's Pavilion and on the lawn adjoining to it where 700 people can accommodate, the musical festival in the Grand Park is held. Yet Cloud Guide, the three-storied steel structure weighing 110 tons given a mirror-like polish reminding a mercury drop nicknamed in the people of the bean. His first work in the territory of the USA, the famous sculptor, the winner of the award Turner, Anish Kapoor. The bent specular surface reflects fancifully of visitors, skyscrapers and the sky. From the moment of installation in 2004, Cloud Gate, one of the most popular sculptures of Chicago. The Crown Fountain, the fountain executed on the project of the Catalan sculptor Jaume Plensa. From transparent glass blocks to 15-meter towers strengthened on both parties of the black granite panel and submerged in water are put. The LED screens when lighting showing faces nearly thousands of residents of Chicago are located between these glass panels. In the Millennium the Park there is also a skating rink of McCormick Tribune Ice Skating Rink, Peristyle at Wrigley Square, Joan W. and Irving B. Harris Theatre for Music and Dance, at T Plaza, Lurie Garden, Chase Promenade. The Chicago Botanical Garden, stretched in the territory of 120 hectares. It is especially interesting to visit the Japanese garden, which is laid out on 3 islands and a pink garden. Culture. Summer Chicago is already inseparable from the festivals which are bringing together many thousands of people. Since the end of June until the end of September in Highland Park there passes Ravinia Festival. The Chicago Symphonic Orchestra, ballet troupes, folklore and jazz orchestras, comedy actors. At the end of May in Grant Park the Chicago Blues Festival is held. In July, Chicago Gospel Festival. At the end of September, the Chicago Jazz Festival. Grant Park accepts also such largest festivals as Taste of Chicago, the Venetian Night, and also the musical Lollapalooza Festival. Museums and exhibitions. The museum campus of Chicago includes 3 large sites. Adler's Planetarium, Shedd Aquarium, Feldowski Natural History Museum. Theaters. In Chicago, the recognized theatrical capital of America, a huge number of small theaters and studios, many of which have appeared in the last decades, but already have managed to win recognition of the audience. There began such actors as Bill Murray, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, Gilda Radner, Mike Myers, Chris Farley. There are original drama works and shows similar to Broadway. Educational institutions. From 1850th years of Chicago became one of the world centers of the higher education and scientific research thanks to a number of the universities which are in the city or in its vicinities. These educational institutions constantly are in the rating of the best of the national universities of the United States according to the estimates given by the United States News and World Report magazine. The best universities of Chicago are among: Northwestern University, University of Chicago, Loyola University of Chicago, DePaul's University, Illinois Institute of Technology, the Illinois University in Chicago. Other known higher educational institutions of Chicago: Chicago State University, Northeastern University of Illinois, School of the Chicago Institute of Arts, Institute of Arts of Illinois, Chicago, East Western University, Natsai University, University of the Northern Park, Northeastern University, Columbia College of Chicago, Robert Morris's, Illinois, University, Roosevelt's University, and Street, Xavier's University, Fullerton University. The first president of the Chicago University, William Rainey Harper, promoted creation of a concept of college with a biennial course, having opened the first similar college, Initial College Juliet, in the USA in 1901. Its business has been continued by opening in Chicago of numerous colleges, including 7 most known: City College of Chicago, Richard J. Daley's College, Kennedy King College, Malcolm X College, Olive Harvey College, Harry With Truman College, Harold Washington College, Wilbur Wright College, in addition to private McCormick II College. In Chicago there are also large number of educational institutions for post-university education, postgraduate study, and also seminaries and theological schools such as Adler School of Professional Psychology, Chicago School of Professional Psychology, Catholic Theological Association, Bible Institute of Moody, and Theological School of the University of Chicago. The first public library of the city, the Chicago Public Library, have been created only in 1873 after the Great Chicago Fire. After this fire of 1871, the Queen Victoria and prominent politicians of Britain have proposed to offer books in library, but it has turned out that no public libraries in the city existed. Chaff at first was stored in the survived water tower, books were stored in the reservoir, and the reading room was in the brick basis. In 2014, Chaff gets a National Medal of Museum and Library Services. Sport. In Chicago, 16 professional teams settle down. Chicago is also one of several cities of the USA in which there are teams of all 4 main sports leagues of North America: the American soccer, baseball, basketball, and ice hockey. At the same time, each of 4 clubs at least once won league. It is remarkable that 2 Chicago teams from Major League Baseball, Cubs and White Sox, act in different territorial divisions. Also far right comments, read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.